Good morning, my dear subscribers. You're welcome to Sunlight Grant channel, where we give you the latest of the UAAG disbursement funding. In case you're new on my channel, please don't forget to click on the notification bell and subscribe. In case we drop new videos, you'll be highly updated. Thank you.
Rush, we believe is going to end in praise. All right, we bring you an official and important update this morning regarding the much anticipated disbursement of funds for the grant project. As we all know that we are the hem of affairs where expectation is at high standard. Based on the last meeting that was held, the crucial meeting that was held among key stakeholders, the final date for the disbursement has been set. The final date for the disbursement has now been set for the process to commence in essence. And while we are unable to disclose the specific date for operational reasons, we assure you that the process will be completed before the next scheduled salary payment for government workers in March 2025. I hope we understand that. Now, some salary payments are still going on as we speak, and if you possibly listen to some of the voice notes that have been dropped on this channel in recent times, you'll understand that I gave a detailed information. Possibly you could run through that, detailed information on how salary payment could or could not impact on the payment of this grant, depending on what is involved or where the fund is domiciled. Please just take your time, run through the series of the voice note that have been sent here. You will understand why you need to possibly be in the middle of this right now and not be too agitated. If you can lay claim on that particular submission, possibly I'm going to target the link in the description section of this particular submission. You'll understand, so you can just check the description section of this video to listen carefully to that particular voice note. You'll understand why you need to be patient at this time, or possibly just be in the middle of this to know why we are right now talking about the payment of salaries still hanging for some people, for some government workers, and then there shouldn't be any form of interference of any sort. While somebody will say, I did not get disbursement when others were disbursed to, or someone will say, my own is still hanging in the space. Possibly I got a notification, but there was no credit into my bank account. A lot of dissimulations and things like that cropping up. So it was only important and crucial to understand that after the meeting was held, it was agreed that the disbursement should be suspended until there is a total clearance of the salary payment to government workers. And then in the meantime, knowing that the next salary payment could be, as from some government workers begins to get salary as from 22nd, 23rd, and the rest of them like that, up to the first week of the following month. You understand? So, but according to information source, that means that as from before just at the verge, you could begin to expect this payment from, let's say from that 10th that we talk about, then to the 21st, 22nd, which some parastatals, government parastatals or government bodies begin to receive this payment of salary for their workers. So within this lead period, it's just nothing too much to worry about. If you could wait for 7 years, 8 years, 5 years down the line, is it few days that we cannot just catch up with to wait for? So I just want you to put your mind at rest. Now, the disbursement process breakdown follows this sequential order. The government-affiliated NGOs, that's the organizations operating under the government-backed initiatives, such as the CBN nominal clusters and the pioneer project slots, they would receive their disbursement directly from their designated stakeholders. Then the stakeholders will in turn be funded by the IMF International Monetary Fund through the Central Bank of Nigeria to facilitate the seamless distribution or allocation of these funds. Then the independent grant handlers, or just, I beg your pardon, I'll be with you shortly and in a moment. All right, thank you. Just a hiccup there, and then we're back now. This is Princess channel. In case you've not subscribed yet, do so right now so that you don't miss out on vital updates. When we drop one, you get one. All right, so the independent grant handlers, the likes of the UAAG Sanctuary Wealth Multipurpose Foundation, the Theobarth Global Foundation, St. Rita, and the Midwest Improvement Program, and Supreme, they would receive the allocations directly from the IMF before transferring funds to the associated NGOs. In other words, the grant handlers follow suit after the government-affiliated NGOs. Then the grant handlers, they follow suit to also get disbursement. All of these have been reiterated in some of the subsequent submissions that we have on this channel in time. So the respective NGOs will then proceed from the UAAG, Theobarth, Supreme, St. Rita, and the rest of them like that. They now proceed with disbursements to their registered subscribers in accordance with the structure payment framework as has been iterated, or the schematics have been drawn out. Then there is going to be strict adherence to CBN approved timetable, which is going to be proffered in a short while. All the grant handlers and stakeholders involved in this initiative, they are mandated as a matter of strict adherence to policy. They are mandated to follow the disbursement timetable as prescribed by the CBN by the time it is finally procured or let out, to ensure that an organized and transparent process is quite seamless for all, is free and fair, so that everyone will follow the timeline, the timetable, to ensure that there is fairness, equity, and transparency in the process. Now, important advisory to beneficiaries: if you're part beg your pardon, if you're part of the CBN nominal cluster or pioneer project slots, be rest assured that your funds will be credited to you before the Nigerian government executes the next round of salary payments for public workers in March, according to information source. Did you get that? So these are the CBN nominal cluster or pioneer project slots are coming in first. Those are the ones being talked about within this range within March. They are the first to be disbursed to before the next salary payment of government workers. And while we understand the anticipation surrounding this process, we kindly, as a matter of appeal, request that you refrain from making inquiries regarding the specific disbursement date. You understand that? We kindly request that you refrain from making inquiries regarding the specific disbursement date. Once the alert comes, there's no point for date. If you're too agitated to know the date, you might be agitated to fall into wrong hands just because of your inquisitiveness. And if you get too much edgy, you get too much bothered or disturbed, you might be pestered to do something funny. The love of money is the root of all evil. the love of money. So you have to know how to condition your heart, know how to discipline your emotions and your feelings. Without doubt, you've spent a lot. Without doubt, you've invested certain amount. Yet without doubt, you have to be patient until it gets to your account. As long as it has not dropped as an alert for you, it is not yet your money. You can only claim legitimacy of ownership to what is resting in your account, not what is in the government's account. Government wouldn't have allowed this money to reach you in the first place if not for God's own intervention through all the mediums that God used for us to ensure that this money gets to us legitimately. It wouldn't even have been this story we're talking about right now. It would have been just hearsay, and you keep hearing it, but you would never feel it. But as God will have it, because God has our interest at heart, that is why you are talking about what date. So if the date has not been revealed either by the country director or the information we hear around these processes tells us the range, then we have no business right now talking about the specific date. Just let us get to cope with the range of the time and seasons where we need to expect this disbursement first to the pioneers, the government slots, and then us follow in sequential order for that. So for security and confidentiality reasons, this information will not be disclosed publicly. And no further clarifications will be provided through phone calls or messages, just for security reasons, not for self-aggrandizement or self-elation or something else, but just for security reasons. So there might not be reception of phone calls or other sensitive materials being divulged, or sensitive information being divulged to the public layer. We just have to be patient for that. We appreciate your patience in great deal and understanding as we work towards the successful execution of this grant disbursement. We thank you so much for your continued trust and cooperation in all the organs of our exhibitions. We appreciate you so much for standing by. It will soon be over. The night has been long, but nevertheless, the morning is going to break. And when the morning breaks, the morning will break with your money. Did you get that rhymes? When the morning breaks, the morning will break with your morning, so that you wouldn't have to go too far, running helter-skelter, running from pillar to post. What has happened to my investment? What has happened to my fund? What I think you should be doing right now is to be thinking systemically, or thinking wisely on what to use the fund for when it comes. You don't prepare for battle when the battle comes. You prepare for battle before the battle comes. You don't prepare for how to train your child when the pregnancy finally is being delivered. No, right from the time the thing clicked, you start making preparation. You understand? Antenatal gets in, and then the period of delivery comes in. You buy things and stuff, and just make the comforting environment to be permissible for what is coming. So we don't prepare just in the middle of the alert. You prepare for an investment you're going to enter into very, very detailed, prayerfully, wisely, discreetly. You understand? And then by the time it comes, you know how to spend your fund wisely. So stay informed, stay patient. Your funds are on the way. Stay informed, stay patient. Your funds are definitely on the way. Thank you very much. In case you are new here, do subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so that you don't miss out on any vital updates that will drop in time. All right, and just after this, just listen to the message that was dropped here. It's just one spiritual message about ways to know, 7 or more than 7 ways of you knowing when your blessing is about to hit. We just drop it right before this particular submission. When your blessing is about to hit you, there are certain things you begin to feel, or certain things you begin to see, certain experiences you begin to see, the signs, the bird signs, the God signs that you begin to feel and see. So take your time, listen to that voice note. It will help to calm you down at a time like this. It's also similar or relative to the position we are right now. The 7 signs or more than that you begin to see when you're